Well, welcome back. Hopefully the corruption is over. Save file should be good. Might have lost a large part of the recording. Not really clear to me. But this is part 14, so welcome back.
Dice. Master.
What is it?
Corvo's vanished from the planet, from the whole area. And the men on beach swear they saw absolutely nothing. It sounds impossible, I know. The breeds and refineries were started. What do you know?
That he knows your work better than you do. Deal with the centuries as you see fit. As for Corvo, I suspect that in time he will come to me here. He'll have to.
Alright. We're gonna read all DAUD'S stuff, and then I'm gonna just...
So you've lost it all. Ruined at last. Lord Regent. Royal Spy Master. Hiram Burroughs. You small, worried man. You'll never know how many times I've thought about trying to get close to you again. Just to put a piece of sharp metal in your eye. But now there's no need. You've been taken down by the same apparatus that gave you life to begin with. Laws and courtrooms and the mighty swell of public outrage. Good riddance to you, sir. So many schemes you had, and so many contracts. How many people did I kill for you? None like the last. None like her. I'd give back all the coin if I could. No one should have to kill an empress.
DAUD'S log. The latest log entry. 18 years of this wretched rock in this city of filth. I felt the blood of scholars, of noble pedophiles, of guildsmen, of unfaithful lovers, of politicians who were far too just for their own good, and of law enforcers who came too close to bringing the wrong men to justice. Why should an empress be any different? Why should I feel the entire weight of this dying city crushing down my back? Corvo, Lord Protector, is of Serconis, just as I once was. I might have known that fact already, but it didn't matter until I recognized it in his face. It brought back distant memories of home and the optimistic young man I once was. What would I find if I went back there? Would I find that it is rotted from the inside, just like Dunwall? Or will it only appear that way because I'm the one who's rotted? The RUDSHORE Chamber of Commerce. Excerpt from a book covering the various districts across Dunwall and their histories. Once the heart of the financial heart of the Empire, the RUDSHORE Financial District was a hive of trade activity. No district employs more barristers, accountants, or indeed more security, and no part of Dunwall saw a greater flow of coin. When the flood barriers broke and the waters rolled in, the looting that followed was accompanied by an epic period of chaos and butchery. Those who could withdraw and move their assets did what they could. Others, with their wealth tied up in grand mansions and artwork, lost it all. When the last of the high society set had withdrawn and the lights went dark, RUDSHORE was a gloomy, crumbling shell of what it had been, inhabited by thieves, wild dogs, and rats. Once great palaces of commerce set empty and haunted, or came to house killers and mercenaries, as well as anyone looking to hide from the city watch. In mere months, the flooded district was settled upon as the most proper name for the place. The Royal Protector. Excerpt from a historical record of government positions and ranks. Throughout the ages, rulers have always faced attempts on their lives. Once in a generation, the empire is rocked by the death of a powerful political or religious figure. As such, city-states across the Isles have devised varying strategies for protecting their leaders. In the capital city of Dunwall, each new emperor is allowed to appoint a royal protector. This is far more than a trusted bodyguard. Much more revealed than the chosen hand guards defending Dunwall Tower, the food tasters. The royal protector is a court figure given enormous latitude, who keeps constant company with the highest ruler in the known world. At the age of 12, the young monarch participates in the selection process, making the final decision about who will safeguard his or her life. While most of those chosen as Royal Protector have been men, several times throughout history a woman has served well in the role. For the first time in Dunwall's history, a monarch has been slain by his or her own bodyguard. At the time of this writing, with Dunwall in the grip of the worst plague ever recorded, our fair Empress JESSAMINE KALDWIN has just been murdered. The deed was done by her former Royal Protector turned assassin, Corvo, who is still sitting in Coldridge Prison awaiting his deserved execution. Some argue that it is worth noting that Corvo is the first Royal Protector in the history of the Empire born outside the Isle of Crystal. The Lighthouse, excerpt from a recent historical work on King Sparrow Isle. King Sparrow Isle sits in the middle of... I think I already read that one. Alright, my theory is that DAUD will not be hostile if I just show up. Totally fucking wrong. Really? Really? I never even knew it was coming. Fuck is this key? Oh.
So you've lost it all. Ruined at last.
Oh, interesting. Keeps a nice little tally. EMPRESS JESSAMINE KALDWIN. Excerpt from a book on the late Empress. Many of those who lived through her reign will weep until the ends of their lives over the pale beauty with the piercing eyes, and the foul end she met at the hands of her own twisted servant and protector. In her father's day, the Kaldwins were thrust into the limelight despite their distance to the throne, when the former dynasty provided no heirs. A prosperous age followed the emperor, but his daughter would have different luck. During her short life, political intrigue and minor conflicts created cracks in the empire, undermining unity across the island. The rat plague, however, was a terror for which neither Empress Kaldwin nor any other living being was prepared. The Eradication of Black Sally. Excerpt from a popular story of crime and daring by Jules Robin in the City Watch. Before Slackjaw ran the streets in the Distillery District, there was no boss more ruthless, violent, or dedicated to squeezing the average citizens for coin than Black Sally. Like so many from Morley, she was a pale-skinned and green-eyed, with hair as black as the void. They say she started young, and as a girl she'd stun a man with her looks, coming upon him in an alley, then smile a one-sided smile, and suddenly run him through with a knife. She'd have his money and be on her way before he breathed his final death. As a boss, she was worse, ruling over the meanest street gang in Dunwall that had ever been seen up to that point. Her operation touched everything from shipping to prostitution. She even had a racket going with the Bakers Guild. A finger in every pie, indeed. One man, Watch Captain Jules Robin, made it his mission to stop her, and kept the case going for half a decade. Black Sally met her end when Robin and his men lit smoke fires in barrels near the warehouse where she hid during the day. As she and her gang rushed into the streets, terrified the building was burning. Captain Robin and his top officers threw nets over them and ran them all through with blade and pistol shot. Okay, I could do that, or I could go get all of the other things that I know are available now that I have the key. Probably shouldn't get too cocky. DAUD'S key, DAUD'S key. Party time. Excellent.
Yeah, it's nice.
Kind of hoping the outsider would show up and give me some advice and shit. The gateward tunnel.
Yeah, it's nice.
Get through the quarantine wall and out of the flooded district.
See anything? That must be me in that basement. So hospital, I told you.
Can't stand this waiting. The plague wagon's running every couple of minutes now. We just need to get on top of it and ride out.
First item, I see the barrier is complete. Although I don't see what took so long.
It's the live ones crawling up out of the canal. Every 10 minutes, I'm gutting another one. How many times have I specified that only that is a long drop?
It's why you get a weapon.
So what is going on up in the tower? Now they're saying the Lord Regent started the plague himself.
I don't understand it either. It looks like a whole other group's in charge. Doesn't change things for us down here.
Oh shit. Okay. Nope, that was a mistake.
How many times have I specified that only
That must be the long drop.
It's why you get a weapon.
So what is going on? Now they're saying the Lord Regent.
There's a rune back there. Thing is, I think I'm like full up on runes. I could only level up stuff that you use to kill with at this point, which, you know, means nothing to me. I am a man of mercy and also non-violence.
Yeah, it's nice.
Wow, this looks like it's gonna be a thing. Oh. Okay, well. That's a thing. It's a thing that's happened. Long live the Empress.
Yeah, it's nice.
Being Lord Protector is hard, mate. You have to be constantly crawling in these sewers. Fucking disgusting. It's a good thing he's resistant to toxins and poisons and shit. Or he would be in some deep fucking bullshit. All that sewer water. I don't suppose you've got the key, mate.
You're the mask guy's been taking down all the lords and ladies.
Yes, I am.
No way through this gate unless you got the sewer key. Only one place to get that key, and I wouldn't go there. Not for all the gold in Dunwall Tower. Not again. Maybe you could pull it off, though. Something attacked us in the distillery. It used the rats. I know it sounds crazy. And then it run back under the streets. So we come down here to kill it. Slackjaw leading the way. Went bad. I barely crawled out. Don't know what happened to Slackjaw. He had the sewer key, though.
That. All of my things are active. Soon. There we go. Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to boil off the...
Strange smelling manuscript. Excerpt from an untitled manuscript written in a scrawling hand. Stronger than Scrimshaw, a skull full of guile. Whale bile, bones in a pile. White scrap gleaming. Kindle fire and crackle fat. Big black gobs of spat. Fume up, fume up. Bathers, mad-eyed bird fell to the ground. Seeds, nettle, needly, needle see. Stir a bit.
Fat and sinew, and carve a pretty song on your bones.
Hey!
There's my love. Are you ready to help get Slackjaw's bones? Granny has some birthday gifts for you. I've been saving them up in case you ever came back to me. Aren't you a gentleman helping Granny Rags with her stew? We'll eat well tonight, sweetheart. First thing, you'll have to put him to the knife. Don't want him crawling out of the pot now.
What you doing? Listen on me, Corvo. Don't help her. Don't let her kill me. You can have anything I own. Corn, whiskey. I got a key to the sewerways. Whatever you want.
What I want is that key.
It's the cameo. The secret is in the cameo. Just a piece from an old necklace, understand?
I won't go away. You can't kill me, but I can kill you. Bones of the great Leviathan, protect me! You think you're going to save him? He's not worth it. Now Granny is going to kill you just like all the others.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Too bad for you. Granny doesn't need rest. Now you'll see what I can do. It's too late for him, and it's too late for you. What will I write on your skull? That you were a fool.
It's still murder.
Shield me, ocean fogs, shield me. You're a fool to try to help him. A fool. And now you're going to die.
Explorer's Journal. Excerpt from the Journal of an Explorer and Natural Philosopher. Dr. Hazian's interpretations of the Pandician carvings are the height of ignorance. The core theme is not renewal, but dire warning. The central figure is not a benign spirit, it is clearly a monster in the jewel type of fetish, the key to its dark potency, perhaps. The panel should be read as follows. The hero figure steals the jewel from the monster and casts it into an unquenchable fire. Thus, the monster is made mortal and the hero is able to slay it, breaking the cycle of terror. Note scrawled in the margin. Vera has taken an inordinate interest in my field manuals. Such appetites are unseemly in a lady of her station. I shall have to reprimand her. Second note, written in a different hand. So dreary, dreary, dearie.
Tired? Too bad for you. Granny doesn't need rest. It works best if I boil you alive. Any chance you'll have in the apothecary? You will die, and I'll carve spells into your wrist. What will I write on your skull? That you...
Where is she? What does it even take to kill these guys?
Bad for you. Granny doesn't need it. You will die, and I'll carve sewage.
Well, that's the thing that I've got.
Says in one of her books it's the only way to get rid of her forever. I know the cameo don't look like her, but it's supposed to be her when she was young. That's where she gets her powers. Throw it into the furnace, burn the cameo, and you kill her. Unlock me.
Wanna know something funny? When we were kids, we were all scared of Granny Rags. Thought she was a terrible witch. Then we grew up and figured she was just a sad old lady. We were right the first time. Now ain't that funny? I owe you. This won't even the score, but it's all I got left. Luck to you, Corvo.
You know I'm gonna knock you out, right? Like, as soon as I can. Really? Knocking him out means I fail? Jesus. Fine. Apparently you get to live because the game doesn't like it when I'm magnanimous. It keeps street criminals from escaping the site of their crimes. Alright, I knew you'd
You find your way into such interesting places, Corvo. At the eye of the storm, raging between Granny Rags and this man who has lived his whole life with a cleaver in one hand and a bottle in the other. Crawling out of those flooded ruins, winding your way back to the pub where you last saw Emily. Where is she now? How does it feel now, knowing your allies betrayed you? Strange how there's always a little more innocence left to lose. And Daud, the man who killed the Empress. You had him in the palm of your hand, and you let him walk away? You fascinate me.
Well, that's nice, you know. It's good to have the outsider's respect, so he doesn't burn you alive when he gets bored. The world is not enough. That's where we are. Hey, thug. Ooh, there's some dudes up ahead. Yo, and if I got a problem?
Somebody, please!
Okay.
All these rats crawling all over it.
Are we finally here? Door to the Hound Pits pub. I didn't kill anybody, but I wasn't not detected. So that's the thing. It's still not over, though. Still not over. You've returned to the Hound Pits pub to pick up the trail of your old allies and find out where they've taken Emily.
Please, no! Oh, it's you, Corvo. Thank the stars. We all thought you'd been killed. Except for Samuel. He seemed sure you'd survived. I saw him on the river shortly before the killing began. He was smart enough not to come ashore. But I'll bet he's still out there. Looking for you, is my guess. At first, Pendleton said it was time for our bonus. Havelock stood behind them, and at the signal, he shot them each in the back of the head. Just like the target drills he used to. Lydia barely had time to scream. I would be dead too. Except Wallace told me I wouldn't be getting anything. Pendleton kept apologizing, saying that no one could ever know about the things they'd done. Martin was drinking and seemed sad. The Admiral was about to shoot Callista. Then he mumbled something about owing her uncle, Captain Kurnow, a debt. They said it was time for Sokolov, and went off to his cage. I don't know what happened after that. Emily was there when the killing started. Poor child. I hope she hid her eyes. The Admiral said that Martin was right. I guess they talked about it. And they started to worry they'd get executed for all that they'd done, going after the Lord Regent and his allies. I suppose it's why they've poisoned you too.
Man, good to know that they got all their justifications lined up in a row. I was really worried that they wouldn't be able to explain themselves.
Lydia would squeal on me at the end.
Poison thrown in the river.
She just told Havelock.
He's long gone. Threw the mask in the river, left out.
That's what a rational person would do. Not this guy. You have to understand the criminal mind.
I was only a kid at the last coronation. If we even make it to tonight.
This mess, relax.
One of the officers said he was dead. Poison thrown in the river.
Update.
Our men are still trying to penetrate the workshop. Big Piero job what's inside. Cracked by natural philosophy.
Lost his will for some time. We can't determine.
Track them with some
There
noise.
is evidence there. Just don't hear it. Can't determine what happened. I'll bet my commission is in that building. If so, arrest him. But I don't want him harmed until I get to the bottom of all this. Careful. The place may be booby-trapped, and I want him alive.
Could the city get any
What else? Indeed,
Yes, sir.
I believe so.
Servants were all executed shortly before we arrived. Looks like a naval cutlass and a small bore pistol. Looks like Corvo ran amok before he left.
Turn this building inside out. And it goes without saying, this area is secret.
Don't walkers at all.
Keep your eyes on it.
Ran amok before he left.
Turn this... This area is sealed.
Still walkers at all points.
And stay vigilant. Corvo's the most dangerous man in the Empire now, and he has nowhere else to go.
Never thought he'd bother us again. I guess he holds a grudge.
You want to see what kind of fucking grudge I hold, mate? Oh, fuck.
Sealed.
Still walkers at all points.
And stay vigilant. Corvo's the most dangerous man in the Empire now, and he has nowhere else to go.
Never thought he'd bother us again. I guess he holds a grudge.
Oh my god.
Still walkers at all points.
And stay vigilant. Corvo's the most dangerous man in the Empire. Turn this building. Sealed.
Still walkers.
Corvo's the most dangerous man in the Empire now, and he has nowhere else to go.
Never thought he'd bother us again. I guess he holds a grudge.
What the?
Cutlass and a small bore pistol. Like Corvo ran amok before he left.
Turn this building inside out. And it goes without saying, this area is sealed.
Still walkers at all points.
And stay vigilant. Corvo's the most dangerous man in the Empire now, and he has nowhere else to go.
Never thought he'd bother us again. I guess he holds a grudge.
Well, mate.
Side out.
Emily. Letter from Emily. Corvo, remember what before when I mentioned a special drawing I was working on for you? This is it. I don't know where you went, but I hope you get back. You see this and like it. I'd like to take it to Dunwall Tower with us. Everyone's acting strange tonight. Samuel was whispering to Callista about a flare launcher she's supposed to use to call him. He told her to lock the door to my old tower. I heard the Admiral tell the others we're leaving tonight for a place called the Lighthouse on King Sparrow Island. I hope you get back before then, Emily. I was never supposed to get back, Emily. But now I'm never leaving you. Oh, I'm supposed to go over there. Well, that makes more sense, I guess.
Corvo, I can't believe you're alive. They killed everyone, Corvo. They killed everyone to cover it all up. Then they took Emily with them and they left. I couldn't do anything to protect her. Please find her. Make her safe. All his talk of being an honorable military man, but Havelock will use Emily like a puppet to his own advantage. Something changed in the Admiral as soon as the Lord Regent died. It had been building up. Martin was acting strange, going quiet if any of us were near, whispering late into the night with Havelock and Pendleton while you were out doing the real work. I think they realized they were one step away from holding the same position the Lord Regent had, and worried they'd be held accountable for what they did here, as the Loyalists. They would have killed me too, but Havelock spared me. Out of respect for my uncle, I believe. Please, talk to Samuel and the others. Someone must know where they're going. Find Emily. She's suffered through so much, and she's got no one else on her side except you. Samuel set this here in case you returned. You can use it to call him. He said he'd come quickly. Hopefully there's a place he can dock where the Watch won't see him.
Letter to Callista. Callista, fret not. I believe there is still hope for Emily and Dunwall. I don't believe Corvo is gone. I'll be searching the river for him, but if you catch wind of him, shoot up a flare using this launcher I placed in Emily's tower, and I'll make my way back as quickly as I can. Keep this tower locked and take good care of yourself. Emily is going to need you when this is over. Samuel.
I can't go with you. I'll be okay here.
refreshing to converse with someone on my own level.
I couldn't agree more. Your expulsion from the Academy was a crime against natural philosophy itself.
Which you might have pointed out at the time. But it's pointless to hold a grudge. I want to ask you...
About the elixir, yes. And I need to discuss your tonic. Why have you not tried the homeopathic solution?
And where am I to find the subjects? I can't recruit from prisons as you do. But it's forced me to work with another agent derived from...
The river crusts, yes. I'd guessed as much. But I think our approaches may reinforce each other. This is what we've been lacking thus far. Corvo, good to see that you still breathe. The city would not be the same if you were not with us. I've completed Piero's work on an arc pylon, but only just.
With this device, we can send a powerful electrical signal through the nervous system, merely rendering our enemies unconscious, or they can be reduced to ashes. I've attuned it so that we will be safe from the functions of the device. It will only trigger in the presence of our enemies. This arc pylon is more powerful than the older design. It will function at a greater range, striking down our foes while ignoring us. I need my final sequence, which is recorded in the blueprint for this device. Havelock was inspecting it before the killing started. Return the blueprint to me. It was in his bedroom before he left. Hopefully, it's still there. You may navigate the fields of battle with ease, but Sokolov and I are not as gifted in the same way. Without the arc pylon, it is only a matter of time before they turn into us. We can get this device working, or you can go out and remove our enemies one by one, whichever you think is best.
Thanks for giving me permission to do whatever the hell I want. I feel like that's a thing I'm definitely gonna do. Hey guys. How's it going?
What? Why is no one making rounds over here? This better not be a joke.
Alright, it's Corvo time. Time to get Corvo on him.
What?
Just out of view.
Astonishing.
Why would your own work be astonishing?
Arc pylon is complete. Now to activate it.
With this device, we can send a powerful electrical signal through the nervous system, merely rendering our enemies unconscious, or they can be reduced to ashes.
What is your opinion, Corvo? As you wish, Corvo. We will be far away before any of them regain their senses. All is ready, Corvo. All that remains is plugging in a whale oil tank to power it. Will you do the honors?
When this arc pylon is charged, no one will dare come near us.
What am I doing here, boys?
Amazing. Simply amazing. It functioned beyond my greatest expectations. It defies description. A device like this will ensure Dunwall's security for a century. We once discussed a system of signals to be used in Emily's tower for communication across the river.
Oh my god, I'm stuck.
I wonder if he remembers that. I'll make what you need as long as I have the necessary materials.
A lot of sleep bolts, bud. A lot of sleep bolts. Move again. Oh. Well, that was a mistake. Oh, it's not actually Havelock. Havelock's orders to the guards. Captain Manning, we've tracked the conspiracy to the Hound Pits pub. Search the premises for the natural philosophers Piero Joplin and Anton Sokolov. Do what you must to secure all materials related to the enhanced arc pylon they have been constructing. Question them thoroughly, and once you are certain you have everything they know of the pylon, execute them both. Bring the pylon to me, along with his papers and recordings. They may be two of the greatest minds of our age, but they're also traitors who conspired with Corvo to bring down this empire. I'm keeping Empress Emery KALDWIN with me at the lighthouse on King Sparrow Island, until we're certain that Corvo and his fellow conspirators have been properly dealt with. Lord Regent Havelock. Theoretically, everybody should be asleep, and I should be perfectly fine to run through the open. Let's see if that plays.
Thought I'd find you here. It never pays to bet against you, does it? I saw the signal. I knew you'd be back, Corvo. I knew it. We'll need to get out of here soon. The Admiral controls the military now, Martin's High Overseer, and Pendleton's in favor with the aristocracy and Parliament. They need Emily, of course. But if Havelock senses that it's all about to fall down around him, who knows what he's liable to do? Good. Then it's one more trip across the river to where it meets the sea. That's where the Lord Regent was building his new lighthouse. Ought to be something to see.
Alright. I didn't get Ghost, unfortunately, but... And so it goes. The light at the end. The leaders of the Loyalist conspiracy have moved to a monumental lighthouse, the final military project devised by the Lord Regent. They are holding Emily as they struggle to tighten their hold over the city. It's time to confront them, decide their fates, and determine the future of Dunwall.
This is it, sir. I suspect Havelock Martin and Lord Pendleton landed there a while ago and went into the lighthouse. Knowing them, they're not giving up without a fight. I remember hearing the Admiral and Martin talking about this place as where they'd hold up if they had to. Anybody going in has to breach the fort, the gatehouse, and there's only one way to the top. All I can say is that it's been a pleasure serving with you. Maybe after all this is settled, we'll see each other again. Good luck, Corvo. If anyone deserves it, you do. Give my best to Emily. After she's on the throne, she won't have time for an old man like me. I knew you were sharp, Corvo. But somehow you managed to get through all this mess without losing sight of what really matters. For that, I respect you. The city's gonna pull itself up, I believe. Too many good people here to let it all turn to ashes. I'd best be going. The battlefield's no place for an old sailor like me. That time is long past. Good luck, my friend.
Alright, well. Join us for the next episode. The end. For real.